Hello, and welcome to Living Your Best Senior Life, where we explore ways to enrich, empower, and support seniors in embracing their life fully. I'm Nancy Andre from Wingate Living, and today we are joined by Jose Soto. He is the director of Wingate's Memory Care, the neighborhood. Jose, I am so happy to have you here today. We have so much to talk about, so much to cover, but you are literally one of the most incredible human beings that I have been gifted to know. So thank you and welcome.
And I feel the same way about you. Thank you so much for being such a great resource for the community, and what a lovely coworker. It's a joy, so I'm excited.
This is great. We have so much to cover, so okay. I always love to start every show with, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Okay.
Where's the why behind what you do?
Okay. So I'm originally from Guatemala City, Guatemala. Came to the United States when I was 6 years old, and as a Latino, we have a certain way of upbringing, and a lot of my upbringing consisted of helping others and being the reason someone, be the reason someone smiles, right? So my whole life has just kind of opened up doors. I received my bachelor's in communications from Bridgewater State University, but
Wonderful.
Since I was 16 years old, I worked with older adults in an adult day health setting. So from there, it all started there in that little community in the basement.
Really?
Nonprofit, low budget, working with folks with dementia, cerebral palsy, schizophrenia. Make it all happen. How do you make that? So it's about, I've learned how to cultivate love in all different communities. And along my journey, I've teamed up with amazing IDT teams of doctors, social workers, PTs, OTs,
Right.
massage therapists, community relation directors, executive directors, wellness teams, CNAs. So it's giving me the gift of being able to give back to the community, give back to older adults, because it's a hard journey, and that's why we're here.
It is a hard journey,
To help them along the way.
100%. Okay, so, and you started with Wingate when?
Wingate, well, it'll be 5 years in December.
Unbelievable.
It's been a joy to work with the Wingate family. It's allowed me to do what I do best, and that's connect, bring joy, and to enhance our staff. They enhance me. So
You have a
connect
hell
with
of
the
a team
residents.
there too. And it's clear that between your compassion and your incredible level of dedication is what you bring to work and what you bring to your team. So let's start from the beginning here. We call it the neighborhood. Why do we call it the neighborhood? Because it's a memory care.
Yep, instead of calling it the memory care, we call it the neighborhood. Think of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, that sense of warmth that you get. When I first started,
One of my favorite shows.
When I first started in this field, there was such a negative stigma of memory care. Family members are like, it's like death knocking on the door. And it wasn't that. It was literally enhancing the world around those folks with memory loss. So the neighborhood brand is community, it's family. It's that Wingate mission of being there to bring joy to people, to bring purpose, and it incorporates so many moving parts. So it encapsulates the neighborhood.
I love that. And like I said, who doesn't? Everyone loved Mr. Rogers, right? It doesn't get any better than that. Tell me about your personalized approach. Tell me about the staff, the training, and then we can circle back to the most important piece, which is the residents that are living there in this wonderful neighborhood.
Yeah.
So
Just to kind of rewind back a little bit too, is what we say is your family member that's going through some memory loss, are they safe behind closed doors? Are they safe to do independent things? No, they start losing things. With dementia, it's an umbrella term for memory loss. You start, it impacts your memory, your thinking skills, your ability to process, ways to put yourself in. It basically opens up doors for putting yourself in harm's way without the proper support.
Okay.
So our community allows you to live your best life in an environment that is safe, that promotes wellness, that promotes joy, that promotes compassion and dignity. Again, when I first started this job, I met somebody who had Parkinson's dementia, and I asked him, what is dignity to you? And he told me, dignity is hard to pick up nowadays. So that hit me so hard. So that was our mission in our community. Anybody that comes through the doors, we're not just a one-size-fits-all approach. We're about meeting you where you're at on your journey.
and it's truly individualized.
It's individualized.
I mean, it
Yeah.
is. I've seen it firsthand, and
Yeah.
I am literally amazed every day.
When
because
when residents start, we ensure that we know a little bit of everything about them, from the resident profile, where family members give us their history, what celebrations, their strengths, challenges that they have. And what we do is we customize a program that enables them to be their best selves. We don't focus on what you can't do. We focus on what you can still do. We empower you. And on top of that, we also give them the love and joy and dignity that they deserve. That's our mission.
And it's to the entire family. It's not just to the person that's living there in the neighborhood.
You come into, you come into our community and you feel that sense of warmth. Family members come in, we greet them, welcome to the neighborhood with a big smile on their faces. They see that their loved one is engaged. Typically, we've had residents move from independent living, from assisted living, from their home environments where they're deconditioned. They were kind of distancing themselves from social activities, and you saw them losing a part of themselves. And in our community, the world is big enough for them to navigate with support, but it just reminds them how amazing they are. So from the moment they wake up in the morning, they're getting assistance from our amazing CNAs. Our wellness nurses are there taking care of them, ensuring that they're living the healthiest life possible. Any challenges, they communicate with the doctors, with the families. And it's like a very tailored approach to their day-to-day. From the moment they wake up, eating breakfast together as a family, participating in programs. We're like the host with the most. We walk in there, we greet them Happy Wednesday, how valuable they are. And then we walk them through the day, participating in exercises, going through lectures. We do a various amount of programming that really brings out the best of our residents.
Well, that's what I was going to say too. There's 24 hours in a day and there's 7 days in a week. It's actually a lot of time. Can you just give us a little brief example of a typical day in the life in the neighborhood?
Yeah, of course. Of course. Well, our residents, it depends on their level of care that they require. Some are more independent than others, but some require a little bit of queuing, some assistance. It's all about sequencing for them. We're getting up in the morning. So we have our CNAs that assist them through that whole process. Medications, our nurses are checking in with them, anything they need to follow up. So it's a lot of moving parts happening throughout the day. They enjoy their breakfast together. It's all customized for them to enjoy.
On that, talk about the food.
Yeah.
The food is no different whether you're in independent living, assisted living, or the neighborhood. It is just as lovely and as delicious. Food is subject to the person tasting it, of course, but it's not just been sitting there under a warm...
No, they receive their menus. We read it out, welcome to the neighborhood grill. But the difference here is that we actually show them the meals. So if they get forgetful and they can no longer remind themselves of that specific meal, we say, here we go, what would you like? We give them choices and they can actually pick it out themselves. So again, it's promoting independence for them.
Which is huge.
So they enjoy it together, and we're there checking in with them. Afterwards, we break up into groups. We all flock together. We all flow together in our neighborhood. And we have exercise programs on a daily basis. So whether it's music and movement, something that I specialize in, I love music and it's so powerful for our residents.
So powerful.
To playing with noodles, balloons, playing baseball, all those things that really keep them moving and grooving. That's what I like to say. And then moving on to lectures, what the day in history, conversation weaving. We do a lot of video enhancements as well, going down memory lane through YouTube, looking at our favorite videos. And on top of that, we plug things in with other vendors. We have farm visits to stop by and visit. So we have residents holding little baby bunnies in their arms. We have Wellesley College students that come in and volunteer.
They're there all the time.
They're there all the time.
They
we have
are
about
absolutely
28
phenomenal.
volunteers.
Wow.
So they come in and they bring joy. They bring that sense of connection. So we have intergenerational. We have exercise. We have music. We have a little bit of everything, art, cooking. Oh my goodness, we just recently worked with WPI, Worcester Polytechnic Institute.
We definitely need to mention this. This is really, really huge. We have a partnership with Worcester Polytech Institute, and they have a robot. You can
Abby,
talk
a robot.
Her name is Abby. She's lovely.
And their goal is how to incorporate AI technology and how to connect with folks with dementia. Yeah. So that is one of those, the dementia population. So we were there working with families, working with our residents to interact with the great team from WPI and kind of guiding them as to what will function best for our community, for everybody that's inflicted with this horrible disease.
Absolutely.
Just because it's horrible doesn't mean it's the end of the road. There's purpose, there's still life, there's still so much that they can get out of life that we can be there and give that to them.
Which is huge. It's also, I wanted to chat a little bit about, it's so interesting, the people that live in the neighborhood of Wingate, they're amazing as far as what the jobs that they have done or human services or what have you. It's really mind-boggling. And I know I've seen you firsthand always highlighting a different resident and bringing in as far as what they used to do. I know we have a former opera singer who's
I can tear up just thinking about it, because I get this whole montage of all these people, thousands of people that we work with, and it's just so special. We work with people that survived the Holocaust, lived in concentration camps, that made the biggest impact in the political world, the big movements, folks that raised the most beautiful families, that busted their butts in life to get through where they were. So many lessons to be learned from these folks, and just to remind them of how amazing they were. We all go through ups and downs in life, and I feel with dementia, it's like a jigsaw puzzle where over time, as your memory declines, all these little pieces that you built in your life starts to be pulled apart. And our job in our community is to put that piece back together, to remind them how valuable they are, what they did, how loved they are.
And you can see the residents light up when you start talking about, for example, we have a professor from Cornell, I think. That's okay to say, right?
Yeah.
We're just going to say that. But and we make such a big deal, and I know myself personally when I've been in there and sitting there and chatting with this resident and talking about those years of academia, and there might be some things going on as far as with the recall and different things like that with the dementia, but the joy that this resident gets on her face.
The spark is still there.
The spark is still there. It's in her eyes, it's in her body. It's really a beautiful thing. Beautiful thing.
And just recently, a couple of weeks ago, we celebrated 67th wedding anniversary.
We have to talk about this. That was absolutely unbelievable.
Yeah.
67th wedding anniversary. A lovely, lovely couple that lives in the neighborhood, and they have tell the audience a little bit about what you did.
They met when they were 17 years old. It's this love story that was truly touching. Their big love was the Lady and the Tramp.
The Lady and the Tramp.
Lady and the Tramp. So we threw them a Lady and the Tramp's themed party.
And all their family was invited. Yeah. Everybody was, all the Wingate team.
That's a part of the culture of the neighborhood and of Wingate, of course. It's, builders of the good life, builders of good memories, but also that sense of connection with family members. We worked together. We put a little slideshow together based on the pictures that the family provided. Incredible. We celebrated them. We threw them this candlelit dinner with their favorite Italian dishes, with the poster Lady and the Tramp, and then afterwards there was our community members, housekeeping, maintenance, all members of our community that were there applauding them. Afterwards, we got the chance to see their slideshow. So they're pictures that over time they kind of forgot, and the husband and wife were like, oh my goodness, that's us. We were going to get the letter that he wrote to her when they were 17, when they were 40, and we put a little letter together, lifetime, where they could see a little glimpse of their life. So we were able to just honor them, and that's what it's all about in the community, honor them.
Absolutely, absolutely. You also, I think it was last month, you had put on an art show for one of the residents.
Yes.
Clearly unbelievable, her artwork.
Yeah.
And
people are blown away by all these events that we have, and it's just because you're forgetful doesn't mean the impact that you made on this world that you're still making.
Yeah,
so being able to highlight that, to elevate them, to put them under the spotlight, and you can still see them, and they're tearing up when they see their work. And even if it's a friendly reminder of you did this, just seeing that eye, that you can feel their heart, you feel the warmth. So that's what we strive for.
It was magical, literally magical. So, and somebody doesn't need to have been, the president of National Geographic or of the museum. They can just have led a wonderful life.
Be yourself.
A little bit simple. Exactly.
Introverts, extroverts, are all there. We're there to honor you.
We want to highlight it as much as possible. So we've talked a little bit about the residents. Your team is just...
Shout outs to my team. They're amazing.
Abby, unbelievable.
Very
they
blessed.
are so committed in what they do every day. And it's a very, very, very challenging because once you enter in, you're running the show there, so yours is 24/7. But everyone else there, even if you're not there, what I've seen and noticed, which I love, is that the neighborhood operates just the way it should, in a great way.
There's no ego, just big hearts.
Exactly, that's really what, I think people just have so many questions, and when you're going through it yourself with a loved one, I can't even imagine.
It's difficult, and not only are we there for the residents, but the family. We're all on this journey together. I always thank family members when they step in through the doors. Thank you for letting us be part of their journey.
Yeah.
It's an emotional roller coaster. Family members that were wary about going into the memory care community, the neighborhood, to seeing what, oh my goodness, I can see what this is all about. They're back. I can see them. I can see that spark. They're leaving their room and enjoying the programs. They're singing. They're bring up all these memories that we haven't heard in a long time.
Exactly. And then also I think it's really pretty incredible as far as you and the team take the residents out, engage them in the community, in the town, as they should. But it is definitely a little bit more complicated when you're...
There's some planning, but again,
quite a bit of planning.
Just because the world becomes a little too big to navigate doesn't mean they can't navigate it. They have that support, they have their backup with their safety net to be able to open up the world to them.
It's just absolutely incredible. So we've talked about the communication, the family visits. Families can come in whenever they want.
Family is paramount. Family is in our DNA. Coming from a Latino family and meeting
so many... very close, a beautiful family.
And meeting so many amazing residents that become your grandparents, your grandmother, grandfather, your auntie, uncle, a little bit of everything. We have family members that come in, they feel that warmth and that we're there. They can participate in programming. They can enjoy a nice meal with their loved ones. We give them feedback as to, listen, this is how you can kind of change things up a little bit to better communicate with your loved one.
Mm-hmm.
When they say that, it's not the person I knew, we understand that. We know the weight that comes with that. But we remind them there's certain ways, there's other ways of being able to engage with them and connect with them. The love is still there and that will never leave them.
And again, when a resident comes in, they can stay in the neighborhood for as long as they're around, long as that, right?
We have some regulars that we love, we enjoy. We just become family. We get to learn about the rest of the family, the grandkids, everybody else. They bring their pets in, so it's a really loving.
That's another thing. The pets is just fantastic. I think it was one of my first weeks starting with Wingate, and when I went in, I met Jose, and I said, "Oh my gosh, this guy he couldn't be for real." And everyone said, no, he really is. He really is the real thing. And I saw a dog, and I said, they allow dogs in here? And they said, yep, it's Jose, absolutely. And I asked him, I said, who takes care of the dog? And he said, we do. And I said, well, who's we? Me and my team. And I said, he said, they're part of the family.
They are part of the family.
You can't say no pet, no dog, no cat that you've had forever. And again, I think that it speaks volumes.
Yeah.
It really does.
When we have someone transition into a community, we want to maintain that sense of consistency, that sense of comfort. I always say, forget about the programming. It's the rapport that you build with the resident at first and the family members. Once you have their trust, everything just flows.
Everything
falls into place, and it's that flow of the neighborhood.
Yeah. Okay, question. I want to go back to the stigma. Why? Why is there still a stigma as far as, if you look at the statistics as far as cognitive decline, Alzheimer's, why is there a stigma?
I feel like it's fear. I think ultimately it comes down to
fear. Fear of the known, would you say?
Fear of the known, right, and a little bit of the unknown, right? I think just by seeing things on TV about nursing homes and how things are run at times, it kind of puts a negative understanding of what it is. And also I feel like there's more education now. So within my 5 years that I've been in Wingate, you see more family members sign up for the neighborhood. They want to be part of it. Please put me on the wait list, because they see the importance of it. They see the value. They see how, oh my goodness, we can take the weight of concerns of everything you have to do, that weight off your back, and we can be right there to help you along the way. You
Absolutely.
Can engage your loved one in the best way without having to feel like you have to care here, care there. It's the stress that takes over.
Huge.
And we can take that, we can alleviate them from that, from that
It
stress.
also gives the family members a bit of their life back, where they can really just, they can visit their loved one and be that daughter or the sister, whatever you may be as far as with your role, versus still being the caretaker. Which is
the caretaker, my goodness, I tip my hat off to all the caretakers and all the caregivers out there. All the love that they pour in, but it does take a toll on you. You can only do so much. You need to rely on community and the professionals around you that can help you, that can kind of guide you in the right direction. And again, being able to get your life back again. I had a daughter her mother joined us, and she says, this is the first time I've ever taken a vacation. I've been caring for my mom so long, this is the first time I can actually take a vacation that I can breathe.
And be able to sleep.
Knowing that you guys are there and knowing how to sleep. I'm not getting those calls at 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, or have to get up all hours of the night and still have to raise my family and go to work. it just allows them to have that sense of respite and that sense of just peace of mind. I
Right,
think peace of
right.
mind goes a long way with us.
Peace of mind is everything, and having been a caretaker myself, it truly does suck the life out of you, for lack of a better word. So
Yeah.
to know that there are options. Memory cares in general, it's private pay, and that means people, you need to have the finances to support it. Where do you think, with our statistics going up and up, and the average, right now I would say, as far as here at Wingate, and our price point is very reasonable, considering what you're getting, and where are things going to go? Where do you think, as far as, because I notice the phone is ringing so much more frequently, and they need memory solutions.
We're just getting older, and we need more buildings.
We need more buildings,
we need
yeah.
more communities to be able to assist these families and
Okay.
residents.
And what about the people that can't go into the likes of Wingate? Are there resources?
Yeah, I would say look into geriatric nurse case managers that can assist you, point you in the right directions. There's adult day health centers out there as well.
That's a great.
Lean on your neighbors, lean on your family. You cannot take on everything on your own.
Lean on your church. Like if you are in that
community.
situation, absolutely. Community is everything.
It's everything. It is everything.
Okay. What have I not? So I want to talk a little bit about the Memory Cafe that we started at the Center of the Heights in Needham. And I guess there are now two. One is with the Needham Community Council, and one is with Wingate and Senior Helpers, one of our referral partners. What is that all about?
The Memory Cafe.
Yes.
So it is a safe place for caregivers, loved ones to bring their significant others, their neighbors, sisters, brothers with memory loss to come to a community where everybody's in the same boat. In that situation, they can engage with one another. We're there to support them, to validate their concerns, but also to detach away from the memory loss and be in the moment to enjoy a program together.
Which is wonderful.
Yeah, which is amazing. And you just see everybody just get lost. We do music and movement. That's what we've been doing.
The music and movement, I know. I can't say the joy that it brings to, forget it, even if you don't have memory loss, just in general, the joy that the music and movement brings is incredible.
Regardless of where you are in this journey of memory loss, music is so impactful. It is important. They can still tap their toes. They can still sing along. They can still get up and dance. You see various, of participants joining in, tapping their toes or getting up from their seats and dancing with me. So it's a place for joy, for connections, and to just get away from the challenges that you go through on a daily basis.
Exactly. And that's, we also say we are getting ready to go into our third month sponsoring and facilitating the Memory Cafe in Needham. And it's just anybody who has any sort of memory impairment, it's a wonderful activity, it's something to go to do, to have. It gives you a little bit of a break, but it also, the person that's going through whatever they may be going through really has that opportunity to just
you see
enjoy.
Everybody benefiting from the person bringing in their loved one. They're like,
everybody enters
I had
with
so much fun.
Yeah. They enter with a kind of a half of a smile, but they leave. Their face is just lit up.
There was a gentleman during one of our memory cafes, I remember this vividly, all tattooed up, very tough guy, very stern. It's like, what the heck is this guy coming in and do all this dancing for him? As soon as the music starts, they see their loved one dancing and moving, and I throw that little, that little fish and bait there. And they were dancing, they were enjoying themselves. You see this little uplift in their spirits, this joy in them. Yeah. So I feel like you ride a high together.
Yeah. So I think the key is finding those resources out there for anyone that has any sort of cognitive impairment or decline, and be able to share it with your friends, with your family, with your loved ones, because again, based on the fact that we're all living later, it's a lot longer. Everybody knows somebody that has something going on as far as with their memory. So it is so clear that community is the heart of Wingate. What do you love most about the Needham community and the neighborhood together?
I love Needham. I love the neighborhood. I love Wingate Living. I love our community. just to kind of put some things in place, we have a Veterans Day coming up, right? And we've had parades
yes.
incorporating the police department, the fire department, honoring our veterans. We do events outside in the community, invite our loved ones. There's loved ones that live right around the corner from our community. So we're not just a building, we are community.
We are community,
we are
truly.
part of the identity of Needham, right?
Absolutely.
We're there for each other, we support one another, we celebrate each other. We have the Needham High School students, puzzle companions that come in and do puzzles with our residents.
That's great.
The founder of the Puzzle Companions, she had a grandfather who had Alzheimer's, and it was really hard for her to connect whenever she went to go visit him. But through the power of puzzles, just completely changed the game. So she started this club, and here we are. So it's
That
full
is
circle with the
awesome.
magic that is Needham.
Yeah, it is. It is a great community. And
Very lucky to be here.
Myself as well. So, okay, we could probably talk on
We
and
could.
on and on and on.
Now that you got me warmed up.
Now that I got you warmed up, right? We could just keep going and going. I am beyond thrilled to know you and to be able to work with you and the families and the residents at Wingate as far as everything that you do for
Yeah.
the neighborhood on behalf of Wingate.
Yeah.
So I get goosebumps every time I think of you and think about everything that you do
Yeah.
and how lucky we all are because of you and because of the work that you do. So thank you so much for joining us today and
Yeah.
for all the incredible work that you do.
Yeah.
How do people get in touch with you?
You can give me a call.
Okay.
I'm easy access through email, through my
Okay.
telephone line, my cell phone, easily jsoto@wingateliving.com.
Okay,
Happy
great.
to help.
And you can always reach out to me, and I'm happy to
Yeah.
connect. It's another thing that I'm incredibly blown away by, where people have called, where we like to think of Wingate as being that trusted partner for information. So yes, we would. That's great if it works out and you come to Wingate, but even if it doesn't, we want to be able to play a role in supporting you.
Yeah.
So,
And I got to say, I'm only as good as my team, so I'm very blessed to have an amazing
let's do
team.
a shout out.
We have
Allie.
Allie,
Abby,
Freddie,
Freddie.
Bridget, Lurby, our amazing wellness team, the dining team,
Yes.
maintenance,
Everybody.
We all come together to support our residents.
Yeah.
So honestly, we know when to lead, when to follow, and when to be there for each other.
Absolutely.
So thank you for empowering our residents and
No,
our community,
it's
all
huge.
of you.
The other thing too is, I just want to make this one last point. I believe we are right now on about a 3-month wait list. If you know of somebody that might benefit from the neighborhood or from a memory care, please reach out, because you can get them onto a waiting
Yeah.
list, and we can always be creative.
And it's that level of education as
Yeah.
well. They get to see the world of the neighborhood, right?
Absolutely.
The memory care
Yeah.
communities and how that fits their loved ones.
Yeah,
So
so-
we'll be there to help.
Well, thank
happy to
you,
help.
thank you. So, thank you to all of you for watching Living Your Best Senior Life. And as I said, if there's anything special that you would like to see covered, or a guest that you would like to be brought onto the show, please reach out to me. So until next time, thank you.